Welcome to AV Team channel. My name is Vilas. In the part 1 of our Chennai to Vizag bicycle tour, me and my friend Pramod came up to Nellore, a town in Andhra Pradesh. In this part, we will continue our bicycle ride from Nellore and we'll try to take you along with us. On day 1 of our journey, we went up to Kauli, a distance of about 60 kilometers, and stayed at Hotel Grand Paradise. There was a total climb of 600 meters, but the road condition is very good and the traffic is not too crazy. On day 2, we left Kauli at about 7 in the morning and steadily pedaled to Ongole. It gets foggy in the morning and one has to be extremely careful. We are still on National Highway number 16 and the visibility wasn't very good during this time of the year. Bicycle touring is not very popular and common in India. Truck drivers, motorcycle drivers, auto rickshaw drivers do not expect cyclists on the road, and that is why a cyclist is very vulnerable. It's extremely important that we ride in the shoulder of the road and do not cross the solid white lines unless it is essential. If you are riding in a group, the best thing to do is ride in a single file.
वा 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 अप्रतिम
होय ना?
मैसूर पाक
मैसूर पाक म्हणजे काय? सुख
स्वर्ग सुख
सुख नाही का? म्हणजे आजच्या दिवसाची सांगता
गोड झालेली
गोड झालेली आहे मैसूर पाक खाऊन. हा इथला सुप्रसिद्ध मैसूर पाक आहे, त्यामुळे तो खायलाच पाहिजे. तर आम्ही कुठल्या दुकानातनं आणला आहे? तो मोहन स्वीट्समधनं आणला आहे आणि फारच सुंदर आहे.
अतिशय सुंदर.
125 रुपये,
140 रुपयाचा
140 रुपयाला पाव किलो असा त्याचा भाव आहे.
तोंडात टाकल्या
विरघळतं. क्या बात आहे.
वा.
On 31st of January, we left Hotel Kolas nice and early. The fog is not going away anytime soon, but the good part is we are soon leaving the busy National Highway number 16 and taking the less busy National Highway number 216. The soil and weather conditions on this stretch seem to be perfect for growing tobacco. We saw many tobacco farms and also the processing units. While having our breakfast, we met a couple of young boys who suggested us to take a coastal road, a bit of a detour, but obviously a lot quieter, and this was the first time we actually were on the coast. In Pandurangpuram, we could not find any restaurants for dinner, so we went to a place where they serve idli, vada, dosa, etc. While I was waiting to get my order, I met a gentleman who was also waiting for his order. We started chatting and then sat down together for our snack cum dinner. His name is Bharat. He, along with his partner, own a rice mill. He insisted that we visit his mill on our way to Visakhapatnam. It was such an honest and sincere insistence that we could not refuse. The mill happened to be only about 12 to 15 kilometers from where we stayed. After our chat with the mill workers, Bharat took us to a nearby restaurant for a stupendous breakfast. The fresh snacks kept coming and we kept enjoying them to a point where we could not eat anymore. In India, you come across such awesome folks that I don't think can happen anywhere else in the world. If it does, I am not aware. Too much food and good food. And we love this food. Thank you. Our yesterday's night halt at Pandurangpuram was a random one. I had never heard of this town. It was not one of our planned halts, but this is how I like to travel, and Pramod seems to be also enjoying these surprises. I hate to plan the journey to a finest detail. There has to be this element of surprise. We never booked our hotels in advance. It was only when we decided to call it a day, then we started to look for a suitable hotel, call them, and book. Pramod and me studied together. Way back in 1982, we passed our engineering college. Then we lost contact for several years. I believe it was only in late 90s that we got connected again. Then came the WhatsApp group era. Many of our college friends got together on WhatsApp. I had been posting my solo bicycle tours on our group. Before I wanted to take up this journey, very obviously, I posted that on our group. To my pleasant surprise, Pramod wanted to join, and that is how we got together again. Bicycle touring is a different ballgame. Almost each day, you got to get up, get ready, and get onto your bicycle. You reach your destination, shower, wash your clothes, and keep them for drying. One has to also locate the right place to eat. It's not about being a very strong athlete, but it's a matter of tenacity and perseverance. It's more of a mental challenge than physical. Pramod and me studied together in an engineering college in Mumbai. During those years, we did go on a few hikes and treks in Sahyadri together with other friends, but that was a very long time ago. This was the very first time that we were to go on a multiple day bicycle tour. During the planning stage, we decided that we would keep a very reasonable target of say 50 kilometers each day. The total distance from Chennai to Visakhapatnam via coastal route and a few detours is about 900 kilometers. So we estimated 18 days of cycling. I also want to give a shout out to Pramod's friends who helped with planning for this trip. Deepak, Madhu, Rajan, Jaideep, Shrinu, Subhaji were all extremely helpful. Most of them own aqua hatcheries in this region. They went out of the way to help us in some form or the other, including recommending must visit places while we were bicycling on that coastal stretch and possible places for night halts. Between Pandurangapuram and Machilipatnam, we crossed several small and big bridges over the Krishna River. This is India's third largest river, originating in Maharashtra and flowing through Andhra Pradesh. The Krishna River and its tributaries form a massive delta supporting significant irrigation covering over 200,000 square kilometers across its entire course. Today we had plans to go from Machilipatnam to Losari, a distance of about 55 kilometers. So we started a bit late. Later on, we found that Losari is a very small town with no hotels. So we had to now cycle to Narsapuram and the distance increased from 55 to 85 kilometers. To Today we had plans to go from Machilipatnam to Losari, a distance of about 55 kilometers. So we started a little late. After the first 25 odd kilometers, Madhu, one of Pramod's friend, called. He said there are no hotels in Losari. It's a very small town, so instead of Losari, we had to now reach Narsapuram. Suddenly, the distance increased from earlier 55 kilometers to a new 85 kilometers. But these things happen, and this is the unknown that makes cycle touring interesting. I also want to give a shout out to all the petrol pumps on our route for providing us with clean washrooms and water refills throughout this journey. While cycling, I am always looking out for authentic local food options. I saw a lot of people going in a small roadside eatery. If this food joint is attracting so many people, they must be serving something really special. And there it was. It looked like a very thick dosa. I have been to Andhra Pradesh several times, but that was back in 1985-86. But I had never seen this item. It's called dibba roti. The main ingredients are urad dal or lentils and of course rice flour.
कुट्टू आणि त्याच्याबरोबर हा उसाचा रस हे कॉम्बिनेशन अल्टिमेट.
It's not very surprising to see several fish farms here. After all, Andhra Pradesh ranks number 1 in India with about 5 million tons of fish production. That accounts for approximately 41% of India's total fishing and aquaculture output. The state has over 900 kilometers long coastline, strong inland aquaculture base, and a well developed fisheries ecosystem. Koringa Wildlife Sanctuary was on our list of places to visit near Kakinada. We didn't know its exact location, so we thought we would reach Kakinada and the next day we would visit the sanctuary. But to our surprise, it is before reaching Kakinada. There is about 10 kilometers of detour, but we took that detour. We locked and left our bicycles outside. Person at the ticket counter was kind enough to allow us to leave our pannier bags in his room. Mangrove forest gets flooded at least twice per day. The roots also slow the movement of tidal waters, causing sediments to settle out of the water and build up the muddy bottom. It also stabilizes the coastline. reducing erosion from storm surges, currents, waves, and tides. The intricate root system of the mangrove also makes the forest attractive to fish and other organisms seeking food and shelter from predators. On that particular day of our visit, unfortunately, we did not see any wildlife except for thousands of tiny little mosquitoes that started to feed on us very happily. We waited for about half an hour to see if any more tourists come in to take a boat ride. I believe the minimum they need is 12 or so, and we were only two of us. They were also about to close the boating facility for the day, so we left. It would have been a great experience to take a boat ride through the mangrove forest, but we were not so very lucky. We finally arrived in Kakinada, marking the end of part 2 of our bikepacking series. Thanks for watching as always, and stay tuned for the next segment of this series. Thank you.